up, friends? Haven't made a video in a long time, mostly due to weather as well as my continuing audio problems here. I just can't seem to get a good audio if I'm going over 40 miles an hour, so I'm going to try and go slow here. Later I'll go faster, but I just won't talk because it's going to be crap audio. Again, this is my hobby, so I'm not in any big rush to figure this audio thing out. A few things. One, in a previous video I mentioned when I bought this BMW R 1250 RS, I got a rebate for gear from BMW, which was $500, and then they also paid for my MSF course, my riding course, which was $240. Now, to get that money from them was, I can say, a real pain. And my situation is unique in that I purchased my motorcycle. Originally, I went to my local BMW dealership, and they didn't have one and couldn't get one for many months because of COVID and all that. So I ended up buying mine in another state, and they shipped it to me. But the gear I purchased at my local BMW dealership, and what ended up happening was the local rep here did not want to reimburse the money to me because I didn't buy it from the store that he represents or she represents. I never ended up getting to find out who the BMW representative for this area is. And so I called the state that I bought the bike from, and they couldn't do anything because I didn't buy the gear from them and I didn't have a receipt from them. So basically, this was I called BMW twice, and both times the person on the other end of the phone was nice, but couldn't do anything. Basically told me this is in the hands of the local representative for BMW, the rep, and it's their call. And so I went back and forth with the dealerships, and finally I was pushing the local dealer here to get me the contact information for the BMW rep, and I guess it's the rep or whatever didn't want to deal with it, and the dealership itself paid the money to me. And it wasn't $500, it was actually $367, which was the cost of the jacket I'm wearing right now, which is I'll put a picture of it on there. It was BMW gear, and it took 6 months. I just got it recently. It took 6 months to get that. The MSF certificate was paid for. I had that within 2 months. So that wasn't as bad, but still, I mean, I don't know why you gotta wait, 2 months for this stuff to happen. Anyways, I'm happy I got my $240 for MSF, which was awesome. Thank you, BMW. And free riding jacket. Again, thank you, BMW. Just think you need to do a little bit better on your customer service side. And I know my situation was a little unique, but it shouldn't have took that long. Definitely not. Especially someone that's a BMW fan and has other vehicles from BMW and whatnot. So that's the latest on that. So be prepared. If you're in a situation like mine, make sure you buy the gear and buy the bike and all that stuff at the same place. Otherwise, you're going to run into some trouble. So right now I was planning on heading out to Marble Falls, which is about an hour ride from here out into the hill country, but the temperatures have soared and it's now approaching 95 degrees with my full gear on, so don't think I'm going to make it out to Marble Falls. That's just I'll be a dehydrated mess by the time I get there. So I actually going to go over to my coffee shop instead, just bang out some emails for work, and head back home. But you can check on Google Marble Falls. It's to the west of Austin, Texas. It's out in the hill country beyond Lake Travis. That's some quite famous, for this area, famous riding area. I haven't actually been out to Marble Falls yet, but I've been on 1431 all the way out past Jonestown, and also around Lime Creek, which is just a little south of that ride. Lime Creek Road, I think it's called. That's a very fun, twisty road to ride on. But yeah, I'll do that another day when it's a little cooler. Central Texas, trying to find a cooler day is going to be a challenge. But yeah, so I'm just going to go grab a coffee and chill out. Another cool thing, this channel is not by any means big. It's a very small channel, and but I do get messages occasionally from people around the world. Not too often, but a couple times a week, which is awesome. With people that have this bike or are in the process of buying one. So that's always cool to communicate with people and get their kind of first ride of and their opinions and stuff on the bike. The thing I continue to love about this bike is the fact that it's unique. I have not yet seen another one of these around Austin, and I'm sure there are, because I know the dealership in Austin has sold 2019 version of this, 2018, whatever, but I just have not seen them. And Austin's not a greater Austin area, it's not a small place, but riding around here, there's just tons of Harleys. I mean, it's you really got to do a lot of aftermarket work on your Harley to make it unique. There's just so many of them around here, and more Indians too, which are pretty cool. But I guess COVID continues to hinder BMW's supply chain to some degree, because this bike is, I've heard from other people, still hard to find, even to test ride one. A lot of places don't have them. Gosh, this light is long, and this is the worst part about being in 90 plus degree weather. Yeah, see now, I don't know if you can see that, 95 degrees on the gauge. Just sitting here in full gear baking. I feel like a potato. Now I'm gonna go grab a hot coffee. It doesn't make much sense, but I'm not a big fan of iced coffee or any of that stuff. Right now I feel very comfortable riding because the air is quite dry today and cool, so it feels nice. And this riding jacket I have is actually a summer kind of jacket, so it does have some ventilation. But Central Texas here in Austin, it's not as humid as, say, like Houston. Houston can get very, very humid in the summer. I couldn't imagine riding in full gear in the summer in Houston in the 90 plus degree weather. That would just be not comfortable at all. This is going on, this is my 7th month of having this bike, and I love it more than actually the first day I got it, which is awesome. I mean, it just continues to be very fun to ride. Now as the weeks and months go by, I get more and more comfortable with it, and it's the way it handles, and you get super comfortable with the friction zone and slow riding and all these things, and so it just becomes more and more fun. And at speed, this bike's a lot of fun with these, the boxer engine and lower center of gravity. it just handles so nice. You just, you know, kind of lean into a turn like this, and it just holds it, and it's just smooth right through. And the other nice thing about this engine is the torque. A lot of people talk about it, but it has torque everywhere. Really, I mean, right now I'm kind of going slow for fourth gear, and I can hit the throttle, and it just hauls. As some people say, it pulls like a tractor. Really does. You can feel the G-force and that torque pushing you back. The seat, the back seat here has a little lip, and my butt does not touch it because I'm a shorter rider, so I have to kind of sit forward on this bike a little bit. But when I get into it, you know, I can feel my tailbone push up against that little that back seat lip, which is reassuring. You know, to feel that there. And I've seen some people talk about, you know, they ride this and it hurts their hands, and you know, because it is not fully sport bike leaned over clip-on bars, so you are sitting upright a little bit more, but still in a very much kind of lean forward attitude. And it took me a while. You know, when I go on rides, I usually ride for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours at most, before my back starts to give me a little bit of problems. But it really requires people to remember to, you know, what I do is I hug the tank with my knees sometimes a little bit. Consciously remind myself to relax my shoulders, let them drop down, and loosen the grip, let go of the handlebars. You know, just, I mean, obviously hold them, but don't grip on them so hard. And allow the core, your stomach and your core to kind of keep you in the seat, and just let your hands and arms, shoulders relax. And then the bike is very comfortable, this seating position. But if you're just test riding it and you're not comfortable with the bike yet, and I was guilty of this. I mean, when I first got on it, I was, you know, white knuckle gripping it, the handlebars and the grips, and leaned in the wrong position, shoulders all up around my ears. So after an hour of that, I was very tense and not feeling very comfortable. So yeah, really on any bike, I think we all have to remember to just relax our upper body, let our stomach and core, our hips, legs kind of hug the bike, and let that do most of the work. And then at lights like this, anytime at a light, once a car pulls up behind me and I've got a stack behind me that are stopped and I know no one's going to ram into me, I usually put the bike in neutral and let go of the grips completely, you know, and just sit upright like this and just give my back and my arms and forearms, hands, all that, give it a rest. Nice day here in here in central Texas, and pretty much the whole south area. We've been battered by lots of rain, thunderstorms for the last few weeks on and off, so it's been hard to find some nice days, sunny blue sky days to go riding. I've been caught in the rain more than once this past few weeks. In fact, I just washed the motorcycle yesterday. Got him all nice and clean. And the paint, this black paint has, it's called Storm Metallic, so it's got some metallic flakes in it, and you only see those when the bike is spotless clean, and then it really comes out and looks great. But just riding it a few times, even if it doesn't rain and you just get a little coating of dust on the bike, you know, it still looks nice, but it just is black. Those flakes of metallic reflection don't really show through. Just saw that biker, he had no helmet on. Here in Texas, you can go without a helmet, but you're supposed to get special insurance to do that. And I don't know if people actually go ahead and do that or not, but I occasionally see people without helmets. It's rare. Most people do wear them. But to each his own. Until next time, take care, ride safe. Later.